8 signs that someone close to you is jealous of you. Have you ever felt an odd tension with someone close to you but couldn't quite put your finger on why? Maybe they act supportive on the surface, but deep down, something feels off. Jealousy is a tricky emotion. It rarely announces itself openly. Instead, it hides behind subtle behaviors, passive-aggressive comments, and unexpected shifts in relationships. Whether it's a friend, coworker, or even a family member, these behaviors can reveal what's really going on beneath the surface. Stay with me until the end, because the last sign might surprise you. 1. They downplay your achievements. One of the clearest signs of jealousy is when someone refuses to acknowledge your accomplishments. Instead of celebrating with you, they minimize your success with dismissive comments like, "That's not a big deal," or "Anyone could have done that." This reaction stems from their own insecurities. Your achievement reminds them of what they haven't accomplished, making them feel inadequate. Jealous individuals struggle to offer genuine praise because they see your success as a personal threat. Rather than being happy for you, they might even credit your accomplishments to external factors like luck, timing, or favoritism, rather than your hard work and dedication. They might say things like, "You only got that job because you knew the right people," or "If I had those opportunities, I could have done the same." This behavior can be particularly damaging when it comes from someone close to you, a friend, family member, or coworker. It can make you second-guess your achievements and feel like you have to justify your success. Over time, their negativity can create a toxic dynamic where you feel guilty for excelling. The best way to handle this is to recognize their reaction for what it is: jealousy, not truth. Surround yourself with people who genuinely support you and don't feel the need to shrink your success to make themselves feel better. Keep celebrating your wins, no matter how small, and don't let anyone dim your light. 2. They imitate you, but not in a good way. Imitation can be flattering when it comes from admiration, but when someone is jealous, they don't copy you out of respect. They do it out of competition. They aren't inspired by you. They want to be you. A jealous person will start mimicking your style, choices, or even career moves. But instead of acknowledging your influence, they act as if they came up with these ideas on their own. For example, if you start a new hobby, they suddenly develop an interest in it. If you get a promotion, they immediately begin talking about how they deserve one too. If you change your fashion style, they follow suit but never acknowledge the influence. What makes this behavior toxic is the underlying resentment. Instead of seeing you as a role model, they view you as competition. They may even try to outdo you, seeking validation by proving they can do things better than you. Over time, this can create tension, especially if they start undermining you or taking credit for your ideas. This kind of imitation is often a sign that they feel insecure about their own identity. They see your success as something they lack, so they subconsciously or deliberately adopt aspects of your life in an attempt to feel more accomplished themselves. The best way to handle this is to stay confident in yourself. Let them imitate if they must. But remember, no one can replicate you. Keep evolving and they'll always be a step behind. 3. They celebrate your failures, secretly or openly. One of the most telling signs of jealousy is when someone seems a little too happy about your struggles. Instead of offering genuine support, they make subtle remarks that reveal their hidden satisfaction. A jealous person might say things like, "I knew that was going to happen," or "Maybe this just wasn't meant for you." They mask their pleasure under the guise of sympathy, but deep down, your setback makes them feel better about their own shortcomings. If they're more bold, they might even make sarcastic comments or jokes at your expense, disguising their enjoyment as harmless teasing. Sometimes, Their jealousy manifests in even more toxic ways. They might subtly sabotage you by discouraging you from trying again or feeding you bad advice. Instead of uplifting you, they want you to stay on their level or lower. They don't want to see you succeed because it reminds them of their own lack of progress. Pay close attention to how people react when you face challenges. A true friend will offer encouragement and help you move forward. A jealous person, on the other hand, will either disappear or subtly suggest that you're not as capable as you think. The best response? Keep pushing forward. Don't let someone else's hidden resentment stop you from achieving your goals. Your setbacks are just temporary, but their jealousy? That's their burden to carry, not yours. 4. They compete with you over everything. A jealous person doesn't just admire your successes, they feel the need to outdo you. No matter what you achieve, they immediately try to one-up you. If you get a promotion, they suddenly start talking about how they're on track for an even bigger opportunity. If you share exciting news about a personal goal, they instantly shift the conversation to something they've done that they think is more impressive. Even in casual conversations, they turn everything into a competition. This behavior stems from insecurity. Instead of celebrating your achievements, they see them as a threat. They believe that if you're doing well, it somehow takes away from their own value. Their self-worth is so tied to comparison that they can't allow themselves to just be happy for you. You might also notice that they try to copy your achievements, but take it a step further. If you start working out, they suddenly become obsessed with fitness. If you start a business, they start one too, but act like they're doing it better. Instead of focusing on their own path, they make everything about proving they can keep up. This constant competition can be exhausting, especially when it comes from someone close to you. The best way to handle it? Stop engaging. You don't need to prove anything to them. Focus on your progress and let them play their pointless game alone. 5. They give backhanded. Compliments. A jealous person rarely gives genuine praise. Instead, their compliments come with a sting. Something subtle enough to sound innocent, but cutting enough to make you second-guess yourself. They might say things like, "Wow, you actually look really good today," as if you normally don't. "Congrats on your promotion. I didn't expect that, but good for you. You're so lucky things just work out for you," ignoring your hard work. These comments are meant to sound supportive on the surface, but deep down, they're filled with resentment. They can't bring themselves to celebrate you wholeheartedly, so they disguise their jealousy under false praise. Sometimes these remarks come in the form of jokes or sarcasm. If you call them out on it, they'll brush it off with, "I was just kidding. Don't take it so seriously." But the truth is, they weren't joking. They were expressing their envy in a passive-aggressive way. Backhanded compliments can be frustrating because they create confusion. You might wonder if you're overreacting or reading too much into their words. But if a pattern emerges, trust your instincts. The best way to respond: keep thriving. When you recognize their jealousy for what it is, their words lose power over you. Let them throw their subtle jabs. Just don't let them shake your confidence. 6. They distance themselves when you succeed. One of the most revealing signs of jealousy is when someone starts pulling away, right when things are going well for you. Instead of celebrating your achievements, they suddenly become distant, uninterested, or even cold. Maybe you got a promotion, started a new relationship, or achieved a personal milestone. Yet instead of congratulating you, they go silent. They stop calling, texting, or making plans like they used to. When you reach out, they seem uninterested or give short, dry responses. This behavior happens because your success makes them uncomfortable. It reminds them of what they haven't accomplished, triggering feelings of inadequacy. Rather than confronting their emotions, they choose to avoid you altogether. Some jealous people won't just distance themselves, they'll actively find ways to make you feel guilty for your success. They might say things like, "You've changed. You don't have time for me anymore. Must be nice to have everything work out for you." In reality, they're the ones who have changed. Your achievements didn't push them away. Their jealousy did. The best way to handle this? Let them go. True friends will always celebrate your wins, no matter what. If someone distances themselves every time you're doing well, take it as a sign. They were never genuinely happy for you to begin with. Keep growing and surround yourself with people who actually want to see you succeed. 7. They gossip about you behind your back. A jealous person may not confront you directly, but they'll make sure to talk about you when you're not around. Instead of celebrating your success, they spread negativity, twisting the truth, making passive-aggressive remarks, or even creating false narratives to downplay your achievements. You might hear things like, "I don't know why everyone is so impressed. They're not that special. They act like they're better than us now. I heard they didn't even deserve that promotion." At first they may act friendly to your face, but behind closed doors, their jealousy turns into resentment. They can't stand the idea of others admiring you, so they try to plant doubts in people's minds. This kind of behavior is especially common in workplaces, friend groups, or even within families. The worst part? You might not even realize it's happening until someone else tells you. A mutual friend might slip up and mention something they said, or you'll start noticing a shift in how others treat you. The best way to handle this? Don't engage in the drama. Jealous people want a reaction. They want you to feel hurt, insecure, or defensive. Instead, stay focused on your goals and let your actions speak louder than their gossip. Eventually, their bitterness will expose them, not you. 8. They act supportive, but their energy says otherwise. A jealous person might say all the right words, but their energy tells a different story. They'll congratulate you, smile, and pretend to be happy for you. But something about it feels off. Their enthusiasm seems forced. Their tone lacks warmth, and their body language contradicts their words. You might notice small clues. Their smile is tight or doesn't reach their eyes. Their tone is flat when they say, "That's great." They quickly change the subject after acknowledging your success. They don't ask follow-up questions or seem interested in the details. It's almost as if they feel obligated to congratulate you, but deep down, they're struggling to hide their resentment. They may even give you a delayed or lukewarm reaction, as if they needed time to process their jealousy before responding. Another subtle sign? They avoid celebrating you in public. While they might acknowledge your success in private, they won't go out of their way to hype you up or give you credit in front of others. This behavior is especially tricky because they're not openly negative, but their lack of genuine support is still noticeable. The best response? Trust your instincts. If someone's words don't match their energy, believe the energy. True friends will celebrate you with excitement, not obligation. Keep thriving and let their discomfort be their problem, not yours.